Right, South Africans are increasingly making their mark abroad, and Heinrich Malan, who has been named head coach of Ireland cricket's men's team, is no exception. The 40-year-old former middle order batsman and medium fast bowler has been based in New Zealand for several years now and will start in March on a 3-year contract. Among his more recent positions, he has served as an assistant coach for the New Zealand team and as the head coach of New Zealand A. For more on this, we are joined by the man himself via Zoom all the way from Auckland to chat a bit more about that. Heinrich, I know it's morning on your side of the world, so I'm going to say good morning to you. Firstly, congratulations to you on becoming the head coach of Ireland cricket. I'm quite interested to know, Heinrich, how did this come about? Were you headhunted? Did you apply for this? Did somebody put in a good name for you? What happened?
Yeah, hi guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Yeah, look, it's a little bit of all the above, I guess. I've been down in New Zealand now for almost 9 years, and hopefully the amount of work we've done here has put us in positions for to have some conversations when these exciting opportunities around the world come up from a cricketing point of view.
So the qualifiers for the T20 World Cup, that's only taking place in February. However, I think as with any job interview, there would have been a job spec. So what exactly is your mandate? Why have they chosen you? What has Ireland told you are their expectations when you start in March?
Yeah, the qualifiers obviously take place before I even get there, so there's a little bit of work to be done behind the scenes. But look, I guess it's about creating consistency over periods of time for us. The wheel in Irish cricket has been turning nicely, and Graham Ford did a stellar job over the last 4 years in that space. So we're just going to try and build on that. There's some good foundations in place, and there's a lot of white ball cricket coming up with the World T20, as you've mentioned, and then also the One Day World Cup in 2023. So those are two of the key areas that we're going to focus on. And in the background, we'll be working away to build up our test playing skills and make sure that once we get that opportunity to play more test cricket, that we're ready to go.
Talking about building on the test cricket, there is, of course, the tournament coming up with Zimbabwe. I think it's around April, May, and Ireland hasn't played test since 2019, which is quite a while. So I know you're still based in New Zealand currently, but have you met the team perhaps via Zoom? And in your discussions with the CEO, has the test with Zimbabwe perhaps come up in that discussion? And what are his expectations there?
Yeah, we've done quite a bit of work already. Been in regular contact with some of the boys, and especially with the captain, Andrew Balburney, which is a key relationship for us. And yeah, 100%. We've got an exciting tour, all 3 formats coming up to Zimbabwe in the middle of April. So, and to be fair, not one of those formats are taking precedent. We want to go out there and try and be an all 3 format team that competes consistently and build our depth in our squad to have healthy competitive people playing, and hopefully we can create that over a period of time and see the continual rise of Associate and Ireland cricket, which is now a full member. So that's the goal, and hopefully we can achieve that in the not too distant future.
So Heinrich, you already mentioned earlier that you've been in New Zealand for roughly 9 years now. But as a South African, I'm quite interested to know why the decision all those years ago to move to New Zealand. Why didn't you decide to build your cricket career here and coach perhaps in South Africa or be a consultant here? Why did you make that choice?
Yeah, it's a great question. Look, it's all about opportunity, and unfortunately, as you know, there's only so many cricketing jobs going around the world. I mean, there's only 12 test-playing nations. In South Africa, there's only 6 head coaches of franchises. And phoned my wife on the way home from Benoni when I was working at Eastons and said, look, I've applied for a job in New Zealand. Nothing will happen. It's a great opportunity. And literally 3 months later, we were living in Naples. So, look, it's all about timing, it's all about opportunity, and hence, on the back of all of that, winning the lotto again now, moving to Ireland and building on my coaching career. And you never say never. Hopefully one day that road leads back to South Africa too.
So besides the great resume that you have, Heinrich, there have been very nice things said about you in terms of your coaching style, that you like to focus on players individually in terms of what their specific strengths are, and not only the entire team. So I've heard that you have already had a few discussions with the CEO, as you have mentioned, around what you should be doing. But from your perspective and about what you know when it comes to Ireland cricket, what are some of the immediate things that you would like to focus on when you get there in March?
Well, the key aspect for us to start off with is just building those relationships with the players, and once you've spent some time with them and once there's a little bit of trust built, then you can start having a couple of interventions, and look, they're doing some really good stuff already. So again, we're not reinventing the wheel. It's building on those strengths. It's making sure that we keep challenging ourselves and our team and our units to get better, to go out there and play what's in front of us. And I think that's one of the key things from a cricket playing point of view. We're playing around the world. We've got to make sure that we upskill ourselves to be able to adapt to different conditions, situations, the opposition, to be able to play what's in front of us, and hopefully that puts us in good positions to compete consistently.
The facilities in Ireland, Heinrich, is there anything that you can do about that? You made mention of the captain, and he has previously complained about the training facilities that are not up to par, and some of the players saying that they do want better quality pitches. So when you compare that to what you've experienced in South Africa when you used to play here, and also what you have in New Zealand, what can be done about the facilities there?
Look, I guess it's a work in progress at this stage. It's well documented that they're building a well-equipped high-performance centre up in Malahide. So, that work is in progress. But in the meantime, it's about being innovative. And look, a high-performance environment is the program. It's not necessarily the facilities. So, we'll go in there with a new set of eyes and a couple of ideas that I've built up over the winter here in New Zealand too, over the last 9 years. It's wet, it's cold. There's no outside facilities here either. And it's using some of that experience and hopefully go out there and put a new spin on things, and hopefully the boys buy into the process we want to try and follow to go out there and play some consistent cricket over periods of time. And it's all going to start with our preparation. And like I said, it's not about the facility. It's more about the program that we run inside the facility.
Heinrich, very quickly before you go, we have run out of time. If the opportunity arose, would you ever come back to South Africa? Would you consider perhaps being a consultant for the Proteas?
Yeah, look, that's all part of making sure you do your job on a day-to-day basis. And look, if those opportunities come up to be home to family and friends a little bit more often in the future, then I'm sure me and my family would jump at that. But for now, it's making sure we get into that island space, and really looking forward to touching down in Dublin soon, and putting some shoulder to the wheel and see how we go.
Thank you so much. And once again, thank you for waking up at 4:30 in the morning on your side. That's newly appointed Ireland cricket head coach Heinrich Malan. We'll have more sport for you later. Mfundo, back to you.